This episode is another example of how sometimes my recollection of an episode doesn't quite match up with it when I actually go back and watch it a year later. Because I'd remember this episode as not being particularly strong, but I think maybe I was just comparing it to episode 12, which was one of my favorites, and also just kind of remembering what a pain in the ass it was to make, because this episode was just all action, front to back, and I have such a hard time with that. So it was troublesome to do. But now when I actually go back and sit down and watch it, this is really a pretty good episode. I mean, this is really one of my better ones. The dialogue's pretty snappy. I managed to be relatively witty most of the time, and the whole thing moves pretty quickly, so... Yeah. And the introduction of General Don as Daffy Duck. I had so much fun with that. I could do that voice all day. Super!
Oh, you two are such bastards!
I went out of my way to write his lines so that they had as many S sounds and TH sounds as possible, just so I could have an excuse to do this all the time. And this was another example of, sometimes I'd have a particular clip from a song that I'd want to use, and then when I'd edit it in there and press play and I just, leave it playing just to see what it looks like, I'd realize, oh yeah, I can keep going with this. I can use some of the, use the little instrumental solo there.
Well, you know what they say. If you want something done right, you have to do it yourself. What? No, you get your idiot half-brother to do it.
And then this is another kind of a 2%er here. This audio clip is from Half Baked, and it's kind of become a running joke on its own among my circle of friends. We'll just be driving along, randomly one of us will say to the other, "I want to talk to Samson!" Friggin' hilarious in the movie. I don't know why.
Holy crap, did you see that? Poor Private Finn.
Sorry, I'm having trouble commenting on this episode. I just want to sit down and watch it.
Frames of animation seem to be keeping him at bay.
The dialogue is really, really good. Once again, try not to toot my own horn, but
That's very touching.
fuck it, I'm awesome.
Heroics. Go to the Hawks and get help.
Women want me and men want to be me.
Can't leave you. I don't know if you noticed, but we're still surrounded by people who want to kill us.
I didn't ask for a perfectly logical excuse.
And it's kind of funny too, because
Brother,
I love Berserk, but
give him another
this
taste
one
of your
is
life
kind of a
ball.
weaker episode as Berserk goes. The animation's crap. Even by Berserk standards, they recycle it left and right.
You like them balls, bitch. Huh, hey, check it out. Looks like you're not the biggest ball buster in the Hawks anymore.
Real cute.
Speaking of laws of comedy, there's another one.
I'd have had you naked enough.
You can have a character make the worst groaner pun in the world, or conversely make the most racist or sexist horrible joke in the world, and as long as another character calls them on it, somehow you can get away with it, and it's okay.
We've had
And as long as you don't overuse it. If you do that, 8 times an episode, it'll get old, but... Every once in a while, I'd have a joke that I know isn't good. I know it deep in my heart of hearts that it's a really bad pun, but I think it's funny, so I want to put it in there anyway. So I'd have another character take the point of view of the audience and mock the heck out of it.
You know, I thought you all were soldiers, but I guess you're just a bunch of skirt-chasing schoolboys. With all due respect, sir, I find that allegation to be unfair and insulting.
I love that little extra voice too. I use it a bunch of times. Just that kind of generic, shonen heroic, hi, I'm this guy.
Oh, not just yet. I think I want to have a little fun with her.
And then this is a shout out to George Carlin here. The title of the episode is George Carlin Was Wrong. George Carlin had a wonderful routine called Rape Can Be Funny, in which, as a thought experiment, you might say, he posits, I think it was, imagine Elmer Fudd raping Porky Pig. That's funny. It shouldn't be, maybe, but it is. And then this I got a bunch of crap about. I actually got so many people trying to argue that this made sense, and like pointing to the physics of arrow flight and how a cape would be able to deflect it just enough to... And it's like, dude, that's not the point. He's got 50,000 arrows going at him, and he deflects them all with one swing of his cape. It makes no fucking sense. Don't try to defend it. I love Berserk as much as anybody, but that does not make sense. If Chewbacca lives on Endor, you must acquit.